Hey, today's a little bit different, but I want to show it to you anyways. Stick with me. Man, what a little bit of rain can do for you. It's exciting whenever the rain comes in. I mean, we got between 3 and 4 inches of rain here this last week or so, and I'll tell you what, that made a huge difference. Remember, this pond behind me was dry. It had, well, actually, at that time, it had about a foot of water in the bottom of it. But we've been dry on our ponds for over 2 years. I cleaned on this pond here recently with the LS tractor. I was down in that pond cleaning on it. And what I do is I go in there and I break up the soil or the before I get to the clay, try to get as much silt out as possible. Now, the pond behind me, though, I built this pond with a farm tractor using a front end loader and using a box blade to build this pond. We didn't have this one built by somebody. I wish it was a little bit deeper. It's about 7 or 8 feet deep is all it is, but it's an awesome pond. It has no fish in it or anything like that. It's been dry, like I said, for almost 2 years, and we're finally getting water in it. I've been cleaning and working on this pond for quite some time now. I'm pretty satisfied with it. So this is the creek that actually feeds it. And I think it's important to note that this pond was dry last week. And it did have about a foot of water down toward the bottom of it. But this pond's been dry for not quite 2 years. This pond actually holds water better than one of the other ponds I have. I'm going to show that pond to you. But man, we got 3 to 4 inches of rain and got enough runoff on this to finally fill this pond up. I am so happy to see this. Like I said, this pond here is about, I don't know, 6 to 8 feet deep. It's not super deep. I'd like to get out. I need to get out in the middle of it and just kind of measure it and see how deep it is. Hey, if you've subscribed to our channel, thank you so much. We appreciate it very, very much. I never really thought the channel would grow very quickly. It's not growing quick. It's not growing fast. But I never really knew where the channel would end up. And we are doing our best to provide as much content as we possibly can. I will say this, though. It's a lot harder than it looks. You get out here and you have to shoot a video of some type. It takes hours to shoot sometimes. And then other times you're trying to get work done while you're shooting videos. I will say that I have a lot more respect for people that have been shooting these videos for a while and still doing it. It really is a lot harder than it looks. Then you have all the editing that goes in there, and you have all the time it takes, not only for the editing and so forth, and you have to get the download done. Then you watch it and you find out you made a mistake. That is frustrating. That really is. But you do the best you can with what you have, and I'll tell you what, we so much appreciate you guys that made the comments that you've made, the good comments that you've made. I don't really appreciate the ones that have, tried to run us down. I don't understand that. There's no reason for that. But you guys that have encouraged us, you guys that have made comments, especially those comments that are helpful and encouraging, and man, do I ever appreciate that. I really do. It makes a difference on our channel when we have comments that come in and people are excited to watch what we are putting out. Although I will have to say we are running a little behind on our videos right now. We're a little behind and we're trying to get caught up again. We'll try to get some more content out. We'll try to get some more tractor content out. I know that some of you are interested in the bamboo stuff we've been doing. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go over and look at some of the bamboo stuff that we were dealing with. We were taking down a bunch of bamboo. Take a moment and watch those videos. We've got one more going to come out on that, and then we'll do a wrap up on that. But we're just about done. We're just about done with that bamboo, and I'm going to try to put that video out soon. Continue to stick with us, though. So the pond behind me is actually bigger than the other pond. But it's only about 3/4 full, and it sure is nice to see that. Now this pond did go completely dry. I mean, 100%. And I worked on this pond most of the summer, digging on it, pulling dirt out of it, trying to get as much silt out of the bottom as I could possibly get out of it. I got stuck about 3 times, and that's not fun. Doesn't matter if your tractor's 4-wheel drive or not. She goes down, she's down. You're gonna probably have to pull it out. I use a bucket several times just trying to crawl my way out, and then we hooked up to a truck and pulled it out slowly. But we did get them out, and every time, like I said, I stuck my tractor 3 or 4 times in this, and whenever I was cleaning it out. but you look at this pond now, it doesn't even look the same. It's also about, oh, it's 2-3 feet deeper than it was when I first started. All this was done with a farm tractor. My whole point for showing you this is to show you there's a lot of things you can do with your little farm tractor. And there's a lot of people going to give you a hard time saying you'll never get that done with that little bitty tractor. Look, if you stay on it, I would come in after work every single day. I would work on this thing for a couple hours, and then I'd go wait till the next day. I'd let the sun be out all day long on it, kind of help get that silt dry out just a hair bit more, and then grab a little bit more off the top of it. Really nice to see these ponds filled up. You can hear them frogs. Love that. The rain becomes life. The grass is starting to green up. Ponds are filling up. We got rain about a week ago now, and it's the first day that I've been able to get out here where it's not been real muddy and hard to get to. Things are looking good. I'm kind of driving around the property, just looking at some of the grass. It is looking a lot better. We've got the areas that were subsoiled. I'm hoping that moisture got down deep into the ground. Our place does not look anything like it used to. It used to be just mesquite covered. You could barely walk through some of it. Matter of fact, there were areas that you could not walk through, and if you did try to walk through it, you ended up with the scratches all over you. You got to put the time in. You got to put the effort in. Do not let that time go by, because the longer you let that time go by, the most likely it is that you're going to end up having to come back and do a lot more work than you would have if you just had gotten started on it. You know, things don't get done by themselves. You got to get out there and get after it. So if you're plowing, subsoiling, if you're digging a pond, you're trying to clean up some property that you own, just get started. Just get started. That's really all it takes. Is once you get started and you start seeing yourself accomplish something, it's a good feeling. It really is. Until next time, thanks.